Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is Captain Shane Healy and this is my wife, Captain Sarah Healy. And we're the core officers at Adelaide Congress Hall or City Salvos, which is in Adelaide on Perry Street. And it's been our privilege to be able to share with you in this way, and thank you for those that have been watching each week. We really, we've enjoyed doing this. It's a bit of a challenge, but we've also grown a lot too, I guess, as we've done this, so thank you.
So I have to confess that we didn't put a video up on Wednesday like we normally would, but there's a good reason for it.
Absolutely, there's a good reason for it.
Because we were just a little bit excited that this week we actually get to continue the Acts 2 model that we're sort of looking at and exploring in this discipleship experiment, where last week we talked about people being devoted to the apostles' teaching, and the next part of that verse is, and to fellowship together, and exciting news, we actually get to do that in person together.
Yeah, so we're coming back together as a church. We've done our best to ring most people that we know, or all people that we know, and to get a hold of you or left a message on the phone. We've got a 90% success rate so far for people coming back on Sunday.
Little groups of 20.
Groups of 20, and we're really excited to be able to share in that way, and to find ways around the restrictions in order to still continue to meet together and worship as the South Australian government allows. So we're really excited to do that safely.
And it's really important that we as a church continue to do this. I mean, this passage says it's really a mark of that first group of believers gathering together was to open the scriptures, to pray, and to have fellowship. Now, fellowship is this Greek word that I'll probably pronounce wrong, with koinonia.
That's good
Close enough.
Yeah.
We won't put the word underneath there so you can actually see what it is. But it means fellowship. It's like an English translation of that word. But it comes from the same word they use for like communion and those sorts of things. And communion is like the intimate sharing of Jesus with us. It's the remembrance of what he did for us through the act of taking things in. So fellowship and koinonia is that intimate sharing of people's lives together, because when you take the bread of Christ and the blood of Christ and those sorts of things, you become with Christ. So koinonia and fellowship together is when we're sharing and we're all becoming one together. And so we're really excited to be able to do that on Sunday.
Yeah, in the past at City Salvos, while we've been the ministers there, we've talked quite a lot about being vulnerable with each other and learning and growing with each other, and we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep building on that same sort of teaching. We just think that all generations and all people have a lot to learn from each other, and just like sandpaper, we always just smooth each other out and become more, I guess, perfected, or more the way that Christ would want us to be as we spend time together and spend time in his fellowship especially. So we're excited to be doing that this Sunday.
We're all disciples on this journey, and we're all growing together, and we're stronger together, which will be quite cool. So we get to celebrate that on Sunday together. I've said that word a few times, but that's all right. As we continue to look at Acts 2 and this first church of 3,000 new believers, and how they were trained and developed and informed and built and encouraged one another. And we're going to explore these passages through the Bible studies that we've put together, through little videos that we've still put out on a Wednesday, which will be like a follow-up from what's happening on Sunday, and putting our notes online, and looking in future to actually starting to record some of the stuff that happens on Sunday, because we want to continue to connect.
Yeah, so these little videos, like Sarah said, we're still going to do them once a week on a Wednesday. They're going to chuck them up on Facebook and on YouTube, and then we'll also be directing you to our City Salvos or Adelaide Congress Hall website page, the official Salvation Army one, where we'll stick up our notes and everything. But we really want people to start heading that way, and that way we can use that space a much more better way and user-friendly, and actually really connect people together in that environment, I guess works.
And just continue to streamline and do what we do well, and do it to connect and grow his kingdom here in Adelaide and beyond, because we don't know who watches these, and we hope that you've been blessed by them. So until then, please keep connecting through our Facebook page and our website. We've got this 21 days of prayer project that we're joining with the entire South Australian and Australian territory with, the 21 days after Pentecost, which is quite exciting.
We're quite excited as a church to do that. And to create that space of 21 days, and not to make, while we've got millions of ideas up in our head and going, we really want to create some space in which God can actually speak into. And we believe that before we start to really unpack with the leadership team what that looks like, then we're quite we want the 21 days to roll out and give God a chance, and for us to really open our hearts to hear from Him.
So the new normal that's created is His will and His plan for us as a church.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
his army here in Australia. So if we see you on Sunday, we'll see you. If not, give us a ring or pop us an email. We'll book you a spot. The government changes things quite a bit, so who knows what'll happen next week, but we're going to continue to meet together and to fellowship and break bread safely with restrictions and pray as we go throughout this week. So if we see you, we'll see you. If not,
have a good one.
yeah.